Greetings, my name is Andy, and here's another video for yoga class themes as we continue along our path in the alphabet series. Getting pretty excited. We are on the letter X. We've made it. It's like, wait, no, but that means stop. But I actually think it's X marks the spot. Now, there are quite a few words that start with the letter X. Actually, that's a lie. There are not a lot of words that start with the letter X. I mean, check out this list. There's just a few. So this is a stretch, which does seem appropriate for the practice of yoga, incorporating strength and stretch. So I'm going to do that now for you. Let's see what we can rock out. So with this very short list of words, one could be like, this is crazy, but challenge accepted. That's what's up. And so for my first word, I chose Xeno. For my second word, I chose Xeric. And for my third word, Xylocarp. So, Xeno. Now, this comes from the Greek word xenos, and this means stranger, unknown, right? And I think that this is a great theme for a yoga class, just because when something is strange or unknown to us, we tend to kind of armor up and we resist, right? We expect things to be a certain way. There are poses that we know that we feel comfortable with, and anything outside of that tends to venture us toward discomfort. So, Xeno, the strange, the unknown, the uncomfortable. What a great theme for a yoga class. Because where in our lives are we so used to things being the way we expect them to be, or exactly as they have been? And that's always a question. It's like, do you want your life to be exactly as it was yesterday, always and forever? And maybe if you won an Academy Award or had the most spectacular day at a at a spa where you had a massage and mimosas or whatever it might be, then you're like, yeah, I would love to repeat that. But even in and of itself, you repeating the exact same day over and over again would not be what you actually want. But there's something about familiarity and comfort and safety that we so deeply attach to. So this word Xeno affords us the opportunity to discuss, like, where is it that something may be strange to you, unknown to you, and so you are pushing against the edge of your discomfort. Are you able to adjust and accept what is and be in the moment, and maybe even be curious and excited about something that is new or unknown to you, something that is strange? Okay? Because we tend to see that word as also a negative. But when you meet a new person, they're a stranger to you until they no longer are. And so isn't that a beautiful opportunity there? For the second word, Xeric. Now this one, again, bit of a stretch. So to be xeric is to be lacking in moisture, to be dry, right? So this is something where I don't know if this happens to you a lot in your yoga classes, but man, oh man, it's like our comfort levels as far as a 10-degree variance is just like, man, people come in, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's not hot enough, it's not cold enough, right? And everyone has an opinion about the temperature in the room. And this becomes really important, especially if you're doing high heat, right? Or it's the trigger for everyone of like, oh, it's too hot, I can't handle it, right? So if an environment is more arid and less humid, and people are uncomfortable, the natural inclination for most of my students is to tell me that I need to adjust the temperature, right? But in the natural world, is that how it goes? Do you walk outside and say, this all needs to change because I'm a little uncomfortable here? I would prefer if it was 70 degrees and a little breezy. How's that sound, Earth? Are you going to accommodate me and my needs? The answer is no. But there's something that happens certainly in a yoga environment. We want it to be pleasing. We want it to be inviting for folks. But I do think that there is an opportunity for it to be like, this room is the temperature it is. You are a human capable of so much. Can you find calm and comfort even amongst the discomfort of a room that perhaps is a bit xeric? Maybe it isn't as humid as you would like. Perhaps it is arid, dry, and hotter than you would prefer. But are you able to calm your own central nervous system, relax enough, and find that you adjust? And there is so much power in that. Just sit around a while, wait, relax, breathe into it. You are not going to be able to adjust the temperature of the world. But I think a lot of times, especially with paying customers in a yoga class, are like, but you got to do what I say because this is what it is. I'm supposed to be comfortable here. It's like, actually, that's not what yoga is all about. Another topic for another day. And for the third word in my stretch for the letter X, Xylocarp. So Xylocarp. Xylocarp is a fruit, could potentially be a vegetable that has a very hard, woody exterior. Now, this one's super, this is a super stretch here, but I decided I would roll with it. So a coconut would be a good example of a Xylocarp. Ding. At any rate, we in our lives tend to have experiences where we end up growing a pretty thick, woody, rugged outer shell to protect us, our vulnerable bits, our inner child, the more sensitive parts of our psyche and personality. And I do believe that yoga is a practice meant to help us discover who we are. Yes, proper boundaries. Yes, being able to speak our minds. Yes, protecting ourselves from the potential onslaught of the world and all of the things that we have to deal with. But also, yes, to opening up our heart. Yes, to new experiences. Yes, to not having a hard, woody exterior so that nothing can get in. Right? And I think there's also, and nothing gets out either. Right? That sounds like a trap. It sounds like a prison. Now, obviously, in the case of a coconut, this is evolution. It's amazing. I love coconuts. Hydration. I'm totally into it, right? But ultimately speaking, when it comes to ourselves, where have we built up a hard, woody exterior, a shell, a protective layer that isn't enabling us to grow, right? That isn't allowing us to have beautiful things come into our heart and into our existence, into our lives, or allowing for feelings and energy also to escape. So this has been another video for Yoga Class Themes. We've continued along the path. This was for the letter X. We're not stopping. We've got Y and Z after this, which is very exciting stuff. Again, my hope and my dream with these videos is to inspire thoughtful, meaningful themes for a yoga class. Yes, the asana is such an important piece of the puzzle. Squeezing out our proverbial sponge, getting our sweat on, moving our bodies, allowing for cerebrospinal fluid to make its way up, and for us to really open up our bodies. But there is the mind and the spirit also part of this trinity of connection, the hope and the dream, the yoking of yoga. So if we can have themes that are thought-provoking and maybe even a bit challenging, we may be tapping in and asking more questions in our lives. Contemplation station and thought poetry of the day. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and if you have, hit like. And if you're loving it, maybe you subscribe to the channel as I continue to add what I believe is valuable content for inspiring theming in yoga classes. Until next time, many blessings.